right, and let's get right back out to that breaking news we're following live right now here in the city of Miami. An abandoned warehouse that has caught fire. This is a pretty intense one here. As firefighters are out there right now trying to get a handle on this. You can see they're attacking this from all angles. You're seeing a couple of firefighters on the ground. You're seeing some of the ladders extended. Thick black smoke just under it. A lot of those flames, they're just burning very bright there. I want to give you some perspective of where this is happening, because if you're heading up I-95 this morning coming from downtown, you're going to see this over on that right side. This is east of I-95, your 2nd Avenue and 78th Street. Now I'm giving you another vantage point. We do have a camera in downtown Miami. Here's an idea of how much smoke is burning out there. As I mentioned, you're probably going to see this from downtown, including I-95. No injuries have been reported so far. Fire rescue there with the city of Miami, they're confirming this, that they are on the scene of this, but a lot of smoke here because of an abandoned warehouse that caught fire not too far away from downtown Miami.
Yeah, Austin, I just wanted to quickly mention, because I did notice this is also happening near Northeast 79th Street. That is a main thoroughfare to get to Biscayne Boulevard. And at this hour, 7:33 in the morning, you know that folks are trying to make their way into downtown Miami, trying to get to Biscayne Boulevard. So this could easily be impacting your drive this morning if you're trying to make your way through there. What you're looking at right now, by the way, these are not live pictures, but when we did show you the live picture, we still saw those intense pictures of the black smoke, which tells us that this firefight is still very much ongoing. So folks can expect this scene to be playing out throughout the morning. You can see there are several units there. This is a widespread scene right there. A lot of people have responded to this. So as soon as we get any updates, Austin, we will pass that along to folks. But the big headline here so far, there are no major injuries. So that's important, and that this warehouse is abandoned. But again, you can expect those traffic impacts as a result of this firefight.
And it's going to be a really startling sight if we go back to our downtown Miami camera. You know, when you get in the car, you're heading up 95 or traveling anywhere, you see smoke. It is alarming out there, and you're probably going to be able to see this, possibly even from 836 out near the airport, because look how high the smoke is going. We have the light white smoke, then we have those darker plumes of smoke. So you're going to see this, as you mentioned, 79th Street, very busy out there. Folks in Northwest Miami-Dade, if you're waking up with us, you are definitely going to see this as you're looking east, as the sun is coming up this morning. Again, no injuries reported, which is good news, but a lot of firefighters out there right now.
And just really quickly, because we have been communicating with the city of Miami Fire, we're trying to get those details for you to bring that to you live here as we cover this massive fire at a warehouse here in downtown Miami. We just checked in with them. They haven't been able to give us an update in terms of the firefight, but we do know that they are going to be able to give us some information from this scene in the next few moments. And we also have a crew that's heading to that scene right now, again, happening at 78th Street and 2nd Avenue in the northeast portion of downtown Miami. So that actually, if you look right here, this gives you a better vantage point of the intersection that this is impacting. That's right there, northeast 78th Street. You can actually see it on the traffic light right there. That other part of the intersection is 2nd Avenue, and it is completely shut down right now. You don't see any traffic getting by, and this is precisely why. This is going to take an all-out effort by City of Miami Fires to contain some of these flames. And what we've been seeing from some of these pictures is that these firefighters are doing a defensive approach to attacking this fire. There is probably no chance that they are going inside of this building. It wouldn't be safe for them to do it. So right now, that's why they're doing essentially an aerial attack, using those ladders, using those hoses to try to douse those flames. And it's quite the fight right now.
It really is.
It's a losing battle so far, but hopefully they can get a handle on the flames.
And you can see just moments ago there, that smoke, the way it's pushing there. There's a number of other buildings in that area. It looks like they may be apartments there. So this is pretty scary there, because you've got that original fire there that's pretty large, and they're trying to contain that, but then the smoke is just billowing and then heading towards some of the area streets out there. So this is kind of really not a good situation for folks who live in this area there, because now we've got a lot of smoke. You're still seeing a lot of the water is being put on this from the air and the sky there, and that's pretty much a way for them to get into those core parts of that building that they just can't reach on the ground. As Erica just said, it's hard for anyone really really to get in there, especially those firefighters right now because of the size of that fire. So a lot of smoke out there. In fact, our Morgan Reiner, she's heading to this scene. They're being told to enter in from a street before because of just how large this thing is, and they are setting up a media staging area. So they are expecting a lot of folks to possibly be in this area right now. Another look at that smoke. It looks like it's blowing to the east at this time. So away from I-95, away from downtown, closer towards the ocean.
And then just talking about the impact to the people who are immediately in this area. If you, well, we can't show you the picture right now, but essentially from where this intersection is being impacted and where that fire is burning right now, there is a dry cleaner. That intersection is completely sectioned off right now. There's no chance that anybody's going to be getting or arriving to that dry cleaner right now. But then on the other side of the street, there appears to be an apartment complex. So there are folks who are potentially inside of that building. They have a bird's eye view of that massive firefight that is happening right now just on the other side of the street from where they are. It does make you wonder if that building has been evacuated because it's so close to the flames right there. And I'm sure that firefighters don't want to take any risk right now with the potential for anybody being hurt, which, you know, probably a good moment to mention that so far, based on the information that we've gotten into our newsroom, we have been checking with the City of Miami Fire Department. It doesn't appear that there are any injuries at this moment.
And listen, you and your family's safety, that's our top priority here. So again, we know this is abandoned, but as Erica just said, we've got folks who live in this area, especially those nearby apartment buildings. So we're worried about you as well and your loved ones. So folks may be waking up and just waking up really outside their windows. They're seeing all this smoke out there, but this is what's going on. It's an abandoned warehouse fire there in the city of Miami, right along 78th Street. We're zooming out just a little bit, just beyond the construction you're seeing out there. There's a better view of how that smoke is spreading. It looks like it's pushing north and east. You're seeing some of the landmarks here. You can see the Guitar Hotel there way in the distance up in Hollywood. So that's towards the Golden Glades, but then the smoke, you can see it's kind of pushing to the north and to the east out there. A lot of trees in that area, and again, a number of buildings as well here, kind of right on the border there near downtown, near Little Haiti as well. So a lot of smoke in that area. Of course, we do want to let you know what's going on. It is this abandoned warehouse that has caught fire. No injuries reported so far, but definitely a lot of damage there to that warehouse. This fire was reported really just a few minutes ago before we came on here at 7:30, and we've just been seeing that smoke cloud just building, and we've just been seeing even more fire crews showing up there this morning.
Yeah, and let's just be transparent for a moment here with our viewers. The moment that we saw this fire, and Austin and I were here at the desk, and we were alerted to it, and that was because we are constantly monitoring live pictures from the studio here, and we noticed that huge cloud and plume of smoke. And it was at that moment that we then started reaching out to our contacts in newsroom, started reaching out as well. And that's when we learned about the intense firefight that is happening right now. And so this does show you that folks who are, like you mentioned, driving along I-95, they're going to see this.
Guys, if we could go to HD8 really quick. I just punched up one of our traffic cameras at 79th Street on HD8. It has another vantage point of that smoke billowing out there.
Yeah, look at that. Look how black that smoke is.
And we were talking about just how close this is to those buildings, and look how pretty much it's just a line of trees, but then right where the smoke is going are those apartment buildings that we believe. Those are definitely residential buildings, it looks like. Either way, that smoke is kind of pushing in their general direction. But as Erica just mentioned, very dark smoke that we're seeing, again, because of that fire that's happening at that abandoned warehouse. We're being told by Miami Fire Rescue that it looks like a lot of this is wood that is burning there. So wood is definitely something that not only can catch fire, but then spread and can burn very quickly out there. So looking from 79th Street and 95, you're going to see this, that smoke cloud essentially going over 79th Street. I think folks are going to be doing a lot of rubbernecking, seeing this while they're traveling on 95.
Yeah.
Very busy.
And there's no question about it. And we just want to give you kind of a sense, if you're not familiar specifically with that area, this is going to be essentially sandwiched in between the area that is generally known as El Portal, but then also north of Little River as well. And so as you're looking at the intensity of those flames and you're looking at that ongoing firefight right now, I do want to point out these are not live pictures, but when we were showing you the live pictures, we still saw that extremely black smoke, which tells you that what you're looking at right here is likely what is still happening on the ground right there. We have a CBS News crew all the way to that scene. Morgan Reiner is going to be pulling up her live shot so we can give you that vantage point from the ground at any moment now. We're We're going to stay on top of this breaking news, a warehouse fire happening in the city of Miami right now. We're going to go to break. We'll have an update on the other side. Stay with us.